Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Good afternoon, good evening. Uh, Welcome to Global Manufacturing Excellence Summit, Edition 6. I would like to extend warm welcome to our Professor Narayana Rao Garu. So, thank you, sir, for joining the session as a opening session speaker. I would like to give a quick introduction about the summit because we have 2 3 minutes to start. The main objective of Global Manufacturing Excellence Summit is to connect experts, subject matter experts, professors, practitioners, and industry experts to all manufacturing organizations and their executives. The whole idea is to share knowledge, help each other, and then make manufacturing a better place to enjoy. So that's the whole idea. So with that objective, we initiated an excellent initiative of virtual event on global manufacturing excellence. So on this platform will help everybody to share their knowledge and also connect with the like-minded people. So with that, the some guidelines is the event is live on YouTube, so it's continuously live. So we will be giving the YouTube link to all. We have already shared, but in case if anybody is missing, please share to us. And LinkedIn, I think LinkedIn also live. We will have a limited time in LinkedIn for 4 hours because of the due to restream restrictions. But YouTube is the live. So try to stay in the YouTube channel, so you will have an uninterrupted 10 hours from now. Okay, so that's something great to enjoy the session today. Uh, so I would like to invite. Let us start the session. If any questions, please post in YouTube. You have a text box in the YouTube. You can write it. We can see the messages here. And if you are not able to do that, you have our contact numbers and also our coordinator, our conference manager contact numbers. Please share with them. Anywhere, wherever you post it, we try to get them and get that answered your questions. And please feel free to send message so that we can have in a more the session as more interactive. So that's the whole that's how it is. So let us it's at 3 minutes past 10, so let us start with that. And our main audience is in Middle East, Europe, Africa, and India. So good morning to all of you. I would like to invite Professor Narayan Rao. I'm very happy, Professor, for you to be here as a keynote. Dr. Narayana Rao is an accomplished academic and industry expert with a deep experience in manufacturing systems, industrial engineering, and management research. He has authored numerous publications and contributed significantly for advancing of modern manufacturing practices, known for his analytical approach and thought leadership. He continues to guide organizations towards operational excellence and innovation. One most important thing what I like is, Professor, you are sharing very nice information on industrial engineering on your portal. I think it's a treasure trove for everybody who wants to really achieve excellence in manufacturing and industrial engineering. So over to you, sir. So welcome, Professor Narayana Rao.
Thank you. Let's share my presentation. Yeah. Just a second.
Yeah. Take your time, sir. No problem. So you want any help, sir?
There. Now it is visible.
1 second.
The presentation is visible.
Yes, it's visible. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
it's visible.
Visible. You can put it in a slideshow so that.
You can put it in slideshow, sir. It's before the PPT, it will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is there. It's
Yeah,
slideshow.
yeah. Okay.
But you cannot see the slideshow.
Yeah, sir.
Did you share the entire screen, sir?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, slideshow is coming.
yeah, but we don't see the slideshow. We see only the PPT open position. So maybe you need to change the window.
Just a minute.
Share it, but select entire screen. That's better. It's easy.
That's what we have done. But 1 second. Okay, slideshow pattern. Is it now in slideshow?
Yeah, I think it's coming up. Still not yet.
Unmute this.
Yeah, now it's PowerPoint is open, but not in the slide share mode. If you share all the screen, if you just put it in a slide share, it will come. Make it a little bigger one. Yeah, you can manage it.
Sir,
Is it
here,
okay now?
PowerPoint is visible, sir, but it is not in the slide share format. Okay.
The our side it is in the slideshare format only.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, if you put can you go to the next page? No, sir, it is not in the slide share format. So yeah, it's going to the next page. Okay.
Yeah.
But it is not. Yeah, you can make it a little bigger. Yes, that's. You can minimize the ribbon also. You can just minimize the ribbon in the top so that you can see.
Sir, here in below it's a PPT. Here one icon is there, right? Sir, TV type icon.
Wait. Minimize, madam. The ribbon is. You can minimize that ribbon also. As you minimize the side bar, just minimize the ribbon also in the top. Yeah. So that should be good enough. Just there is a small arrow there. Just click on it. Yeah. Click on that, it will go. No, on the top ribbon. Yeah, that one. Exactly. Click on that. It's not going. Yeah. At least it's better now. Just move a little left, and then we can. Yeah. Yes, sir. We can proceed. No problem. We are able to see the screen. Yeah.
Right. So, good of you. I observed from the participants that there are many senior executives and CEOs, and also their many nitty alumni. I thank all of you registering and participating in the seminar. Now, the topic that I was speaking on is managing cost, a measure of excellence in the manufacturing value chain. As we know, the summit theme is driving manufacturing excellence through digitalization, innovation, and full empowerment. Regarding me, I'm a professor retired in Bombay. I'm concentrating now on maintaining a blog, Industrial Knowledge, Engineering Knowledge Center. I'm very happy to see that this is a very popular blog on industrial engineering. I do write some other blogs as well as online articles, and I'm very happy that 10 million unique page views have occurred for these online. Also, I developed a ebook, Introduction to Modern Industrial Engineering. Very happy that it was by around 10 plus people so far. I also create a LinkedIn newsletter, Modern Industrial Engineering. For last 1 year, it is there. This month issue is on the company productivity news, benchmarks for productivity and cost reduction. It mainly deals with the.
Can you maximize the screen? Because there is some part is not visible. Yeah. Can you just try once again? Because it's so important session.
1 second.
Yeah. Because there is a gap in the right side. It is not actually in the PowerPoint mode. Are you using iPad, MacBook, sir?
No, it is
Normal one
Windows.
only. Yeah, just maximize it. You can see in the bottom. Just try to maximize it. Okay.
Because
it is here only, but unable to see the full screen. Okay. Maybe you need to reduce little size.
No, it's maximum. Want better just the screen
Okay. Because there is some part of the slide is not visible.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you just try once again? It's no problem. We are not in a hurry. Okay.
Sharing.
Yeah. Because if you go right, so likewise, yeah. Just share the screen, click on it, and then select the entire screen button, and then put it in a slide share mode. That's it. It should come. See, it's not a problem. You just saw that with it? You want to do it? Just stay tuned, please. Yeah. I can share, sir, if you want. Yeah.
Just started the slideshow. Are you able to see the full screen on your end?
I can see it now.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better, but it's not in the slideshow mode. Okay, I can see the full screen. I'm not sure about the
full screen. You are able to see?
No, sir. Only PPT.
No.
Yeah, but I don't see anything else. Maybe it's a full screen. It is better now, at least, than before.
Maybe you can do one thing. If you could share
I
on your
can
end,
do that.
we can tell you when to navigate to the next slide.
Perfect, sir. I will do that. Give me just 10 seconds. Jyoti, please share me the presentation. I'll do that.
Because we are on our end, we are on the slideshow mode, but then I'm not sure why
I will
that's
do it.
happening.
I will do it. I'll do it. Just yes, visible, but it is not in the slide share mode. But I'll do it. No problem.
Okay. We will also try on our end meanwhile.
The content is visible now. So
Okay.
somebody is saying, Abhiram is saying, double click on the slide.
Yep. Press F5. F5.
Full screen mode we
Now
have.
we are trying here to. So I'm going here and saying slideshow, but I can see it's a slideshow on my end.
1 second, madam. I have it. I have the presentation now. I'll do that from my side. I'll do it. I will do it, sir, from my side. Just give me 1 minute.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So let me. Are you able to see the screen? Okay, ma'am. Yeah, please, sir.
Yes.
Please, yeah. You may continue, sir. I'm in your name screen.
So now I can continue, right?
Okay. Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah, I do this LinkedIn newsletter. The December issue is available now. Next, please. Yeah, I would also like to mention that I wrote some important research papers on industrial engineering. One is Principles of Industrial Engineering. Second one, Functions and Focus Areas of Industrial Engineering. We'll see in the latter part of the presentation. Then the frameworks for productivity science of machine effort and human effort. This also we'll see the latter. And one important paper on Industrial Engineering 4.0, Computer-Aided Industrial Engineering, which also I shall discuss in the presentation. And one on the Coca-Cola's productivity management for more than 2 decades, what it has done. Right. Proper. I would like to start with saying the line managers and staff managers involved in cost management. We have the managers right from CEO to the shop floor level supervisor. We have industrial engineers participating in the cost management. We have the cost and management accountants and information system executives. In this presentation, I will discuss the role of the cost accountants and the industrial engineers. Please, next. Then let me say what are the measures of manufacturing excellence, which is our basic focus. So one thing is the safety, quality, delivery, and cost is now made popular from the Japanese practices. And the earlier to that, in 1981, the HBR article by Will Wright, who is prominent in the manufacturing strategy field, he said cost, quality, delivery, and flexibility. And then there is a 1987 paper by McNair and Moscone, which says that people, quality, delivery, and cost. Yes, next slide. Right. So now we'll spend a little bit more and come to the Japanese idea, which the starting most priority is the safety of the people. We can also add the comfort of the people, the health of the people. So when people are coming to the workplace, they should be comfortable in the workplace. It should not create any issues for them, and they should be safe from accidents. Quality is the quality of the product and services. I say customer related to point out to the balanced scorecard, right? From the angle, from the customer angle. Then the delivery is the throughput of the organization, which is the focus of the theory of constraints. And also delivery implies whether you are meeting the customer specified delivery dates or not, which to the customer related issues. The last comes the cost, and I highlight saying that cost reduction through productivity improvement, which is the focus of industrial engineering. Now the important thing is the cost is kept at the last. That is how it should be. F.W. Taylor defined his mandate as first decide what you want to do. That means first decide what you want to give it to the customer, specify the quality, etc. Take a look at how do I do that at the minimum cost. So effectiveness, which is the customer facing, is the first, and efficiency, which is an organization parameter, is the next. So I keep giving the slogan effectiveness first, efficiency next. Nobody should say cost means quality. Yes, quality is number one. Take care of quality and then take care of cost also. Next, please. Right. So when we discuss the cost management, three terms are popular. The first term is cost cutting, which is expressed in a manner. And cost cutting will normally come when some projects of the company fail. Then you have to close the projects and you have to dispose of the assets belonging to the project. You may have to even lay off certain people who are recruited for the project. Now, that is one sort of a cost cutting. The next thing is suddenly demand drops. So in the ongoing business of the company, then also very quickly you need to put your fixed costs, etc. So this is a sort of a negative situation, desperate situation where the company is put into doing the cost cutting. The next term is cost control. What actually we mean is planning the costs and achieving results within the planned costs. This is one of the cost management proper. It is a cost management proper task. The third one is the cost reduction, where year after year you would like to reduce the cost unit. We already know there is something called learning effect, which gives you cost reduction year after year. But with more proactive efforts, you try to reduce the cost. This is another important task of the cost management. Please, sir. Next slide. Right. Then we also have to keep in mind the theme topics of the digitalization, innovation, and people empowerment. How do we drive the manufacturing excellence? So in the presentation, we need to keep in mind these three issues also. Next, sir. Right. Then let us talk about cost management. So it's very important that minimizing cost incurred in the realizing the planned revenue core aspect of the success. Your successful organization when you are able to achieve the budgeted revenue within the budgeted cost. So minimizing cost with your planned revenue requires the cost management. Now, what is cost management? You need to take care of all aspects of the cost planning, controlling. You have to take care of the continuously in the cost reduction. Please, sir. The cost management has activities, right? So these activities of cost management have to be organized, resourced, and directed. So you talk of cost and organization, cost sourcing, and the execution of the cost management activities in terms of allocation, giving directions to the people involved in cost management, and authorizing various expenditures, etc. So next. Next slide, sir. Right. So the cost management has two important areas. We already said those two important areas. The plan, the annual budget, revenue and cost, and then executing the production plan as per the cost budget. And second is the cost reduction. So next one. The planning the annual budget cost, as we know, involves budgeting, and there is involvement of the standard costs. The standard costs get data from the industrial engineering department and the cost account department, and the standard cost can be looked at two categories. One thing is the standard variable cost and planned fixed cost in the. So there is some iteration between the budgeting and the standard cost exercises, and then both the budget and standard cost are released for the year at a single point of time. Next, sir. There's one more idea about standard cost. There is something called as a should cost estimates. So for the purchase people, we create a should cost estimate and tell the purchase man, look, these are costs at which you are supposed to purchase. Similarly, in manufacturing, we do that. For distribution, we do that. And for the entire total supply chain, also we do. And there's one interesting thing called costing. When you want to introduce new products, the Japanese were targeting a price point. This is the price which I want to introduce this product. If this is the price at which I want to introduce the product and I want a certain margin of profit, then my cost should be this much. So the entire product is given a target cost, and then they work backwards and come to each and every component and materials at what cost they should buy. So the entire site gets involved into a target costing exercise, and they get the target cost at a minute level. Next slide, sir. Right. At this stage, I would like to tell you one thing. These estimates of costing, I'm reading yesterday a paper which says, even within the Bible it is mentioned that before you take out, you decide what is the cost required, and only then you are sure that you can afford that investment, then only enter into the venture. So the cost estimating is that old part of it. When we come to the software support for the cost estimating, for the artificial intelligence, there is one company which is making for the nesting activities. It is recently mentioned in an article. Then I went to the company website, and this is called as a plan flow, going to give for the nesting activities, and any person can go to the and initially do some cost estimates of his parts, and then only if you likes and if you would like to use it, then you can go for buying the software license. And if you're estimating the cost for number of components, there is a good benefit. This is what the site. Next slide. Then there is called a design for manufacturing assembly. A company called Boothroyd Associates gives you a way to use the formulas of design for nesting and assembly and to arrive at the cost estimate. Basically, these are the design to cost estimates for the various processes of the production. Next slide. Now, what I want to say is you derive from the budget cost your department what are the line items of the expenses. So this is required. There is a aggregate budget, etc. But as a manager of any particular department, you should be able to derive your items where you are going to spend your money. Sir, next. You see, there is a digital support to budgeting also. There are financial planning and this which are more one of the IBM product, and there is a now the predictive budgeting using artificial intelligence. You will be able to get the logistic exercise done, like the predictive analytics. Now the term predictive budgeting is also available. So, then do the planning of this. If you get a line items which are under your control, which you are responsible for that particular cost, that sort of a deal with you. The next step is the cost control. The cost control includes measurement and actions. You need information now on a more continuous basis. What is by me? What is spent by me so far? Till like the budget or above budget. And in this, we have to mention what is called as a flexible budget. Even though in the budget, let us say in a particular month, there is a production volume of 12,000 pieces and there is a corresponding. But if you make 13,000 pieces in a particular month, whatever demand, etc., your budget has to be made flexible. There is now a calculation for 12,000, you have to make a calculation for 13,000 production. Similarly, production goes less, you have to calculate for less. So this is the flexible budget on which you have to make the understanding. And now the software try to say that we'll give you a real-time alerts. Important alerts are given to you in real time so that you can action required. Stop an order. Order is given, it is above the budget. If you want, you can stop the order. That is the real-time action. Next slide, sir. Now, company effective cost management requires commitment on the part of all key managers to take responsibility for incurring cost and earning revenue. Cost is incurred for earning a revenue. A simultaneous commitment for the incurred and the earning the revenue. And a paper gives this particular comment: organizations seem able to achieve this and remain competitive, while others who are struggling to do this, that is simultaneously earning revenue in a planned cost. Okay. Now we move to the cost reduction aspect, talking of the cost control aspect. So what you see is, in the cost control, the managers, the operating managers play a key role. They have the key responsibility. Accounting side information is handled by the cost management accountants. In the standard costing, certain is provided by the industrial engineers. But 4 people are there, right? Operating managers, engineers, accountants, and information systems people. We are not discussing the role of IS people explicitly, but as we are saying, the digital support or the software there to support system people is also in that particular one. So in industrial engineering, we are coming to it. Picture shows that there is a person who is doing some work and a person who is observing the work. So industrial engineering is based on the observing the actual work done inside the shop floor. So this jock, there is a popular term called jock. The industrial engineers actually supposed to do and observe on the shop floor, all shop floor activity. Next. Yeah, this is an interesting thing which I came across in 1832 is a popular author. He wrote a book on the economy of machinery and manufacturers. So in that, he wrote one particular statement where it said, so many new machines are coming, costs are getting reduced. So necessary for each manufacturer to discuss by which the cost of the articles he manufactures may be reduced. So the importance of the cost reduction is at least 200 years old. It could be still some more years old, right? We don't know. Trying to quote a popular figure. Subsequently, I keep telling that in 1880 or 1881, in the conference lecture of American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the president at that point of time specifically made a mention. Engineers have to and reduce the cost of various engineering items from textiles to some machines. So the cost reduction was explicitly told by the ASS at that time. And based on the talk, I would say FW has taken up and created the scientific management field. Next slide. Now, what is industrial engineering? I want to explain industrial engineering as cost reduction through productivity improvement. Cost reduction is the objective. The means is productivity improvement. Productivity improvement we'll see in the next slide. So what is productivity? As a definition, productivity is output by input. Put that you are putting into the production process. Productivity can be calculated. And industrial engineering effort is made to increase productivity of each input to study or as an opportunity arises. A new technology comes, I can increase productivity of an input, I will try to increase. So industrial engineering is basically innovation. So next slide. There is a single factor productivity when you are calculating output by input for a single factor. There is a multi-productivity if output is there, but here below you have 2 or 3 or 4 factors as a combination. So naturally, the input of these multi-factors are expressed as rupees. Of this multi-factor input, you want more output. That is a multi-factor productivity. Next one, sir. Is a concept of the total factor productivity. All inputs that you are putting into your production process, a rupee figure, I am able to produce more for a rupee of this total factor input, my activity is increasing. So naturally, every company would like to have an increase in their total factor productivity. So, next slide. Right. Now, I would like to tell you something as a modern industrial engineering compared to till yesterday, what is the existing industrial engineering. This is based on the paper Prince Industrial Engineering that I proposed or I presented in year 2017. Surprisingly, till year 2017, even though industrial engineering as an academic discipline appeared in 1908, till this point of time, there is no formal set of principles of industrial engineering. So in 2016, I was reading through the Taylor's Principles of Scientific Management. Suddenly a thought came to me, still talking of Taylor's Scientific Management, why there are no principles of engineering? So that question made me create the industrial engineering principles paper there. And then I defined functions of industrial engineering like functions of management. Then I defined focus areas of industrial engineering. Now these are covered in more detail in my ebook, Introduction to Modern Industrial Engineering. Next slide, sir. Now, put the question is, what are the objects of industrial engineering analysis? I am trying to say now, industrial engineer should be able to analyze the product through value engineering and design assembly, and there are some more methods. You should be able to analyze the facilities, each machine, each equipment that is being used in the production process. You should be able to analyze and do some improvements to increase the productivity. That is the focus. Then the processes which are there in the company, you should be able to analyze the processes. The subdivision of the processes are operations and industrial engineering's main focus is supposed at the element level. You improve the elements and standardize. These elements are combined into operations and processes. Processes are there in a variety of functions in an engineering company. Product development, production, supply chain, maintenance, customers, transport, warehousing, inspection. So it is not that engineering used only in the production. Industrial engineering is used in multiple functions in a that we have to notice. Then we said systems. So certain activities in a company are called with cost accounting system, information system, right? So there is the four things we are giving as our analysis: product, facility, process, and system. Sir, next slide. Right. Then I want to now say what are the focus areas of industrial engineering. So from the earlier discussion, we can always think like a product industrial engineering is there. There is a industrial engineering. There is process industrial engineering. There is system industrial engineering. Then we say there is industrial engineering analysis. The economic analysis done by industrial engineers. There is a cost analysis done by industrial engineers. Optimization done by industrial engineers, also called IUR. Statistical industrial engineers. Then there is productivity management. I am adding the cost management now. Engineers have some fascination towards, and I tell them that you do productivity management, you do cost management, don't worry about marketing management. Let somebody else study marketing management and do marketing management. You studied industrial engineering, you do productivity management, cost management. And then there are certain measurements which are more specific to the industrial engineering. I include four of them here: time measurement, cost measurement, productivity measurement, and consumption of materials measurement. And engineering measurements have to do industrial engineers also when they're dealing with that engineering subject. Let's say. Right. In process, I want to give three areas of focus. The machine effort is to be studied and analyzed. The human effort is studied and analyzed, and the consumption of materials are to be analyzed. Is in the current academics, the human effort is only getting the attention, and as a process improvement, the machine effort and the materials industrial engineering getting the right emphasis. So you require to increase emphasis. Next slide. Then in the industrial engineering field, studies are very popular. Industrial engineering is conducted through studies. So I'm including studies, what we can say, discussion, product study, process study, machine study. Time study is very popular with industrial engineering associated. Method study is another one. Motion study is also popular. There is fatigue study, once again not getting the right emphasis in industrial engineering subject. Then there is a layout study to improve the layout. Suppose you say data study industrial engineering is doing, you can call it a study or a data analytical study conducted by industrial engineers. We can create more studies to take care of the expanding work. Next slide, sir. Then let me come to the digitalization for the cost management. The ERP, PLM, product lifecycle management, manufacturing system, process control, all these softwares have a role in cost management. The cost account output may be through ERP, but it is getting the information through, and MES in turn is getting information through the process control devices, data, and the next slide, sir. Then, as I said, I wrote a paper, computer industrial engineering, and the question that I asked is computer-aided study and improvement, is it possible? I said yes, because now you have the data from manufacturing systems utilized to study the processes. All standards can be in the MES, and so very easily an industrial engineer can retrieve what is the current process. Then there is something called mining. The process mining will see each and every process is done. It has the entire history of how the process is done. So it is going to tell you if any abnormalities are there, if the operators use the standard process and they did some alterations. All those things are pointed out by the process mining. Even the time taken for each and every elemental activity is derived to the process mining. Then we have the digital twins, which are going to help you in doing the simulation, right? So a digital twin of the physical equipment. So many more variables are included in the digital twin. So you can do a simulation whether the ideas that you generated to improve the process will work or not. So I said right now there is a good support from the software for the industrial engineering. We should have a computer-aided industrial engineering module in the CAM packages, this computer integrated manufacturing packages, or this enterprise software. They should be able to provide a designated module of the computer-aided industrial engineering. The fourth one, I said knowledge management for industrial engineering. This is another neglected aspect in industrial engineering. Industrial engineering is based on knowledge. Knowledge, what is happening in the engineering, knowledge, what is happening in the engineering manufacturers, what sort of new commercial output is available utilizing. So you require the external knowledge. Similar knowledge also is to be combined, and all this knowledge is to be combined with creativity to create solutions to improve productivity in your processes. So there is a component, there is a creativity component. For knowledge component, you require the knowledge management. Now, in value engineering book, L.D. Miles wrote a full chapter on the knowledge required for value engineering. But a similar discussion is missing in the industrial engineering, and that is where the industrial engineers are to see the value of a knowledge management software support for their subject. So next slide, sir. Now, that is the digitalization point that I want to bring in the presentation. I want to now go to the innovation and creativity. I said industrial engineering is innovation, right? And the new in the innovation is the total innovation management, total innovation. Everybody in the company can contribute. Everywhere in the case of global company, everything can happen anywhere in the world. And anytime there can be innovation. Open innovation is that you are willing to get in others into your innovation activities and get the benefit of their ideas. Now I just saw 2 days back there is a news release from Georgia Technology where it's to promote total innovation in your organization, emphasize improvement in efficiency and quality. That emphasize improvement in productivity and quality, then you will be able to have a better total innovation. Then also they said the manufacturing is down like in India. They said true value of manufacturing is only by displaying ability to innovate, adopt, and driven careers. You offer something to the potential employees. What is it that you are trying to do them? And the title of that they said is Modern Manufacturing Blends AI, Automation, and Sustainability to create meaningful careers and economic resilience. Next slide. People empowerment is another essential element, and industrial are recognizing. So this one article which talked of revolution needed, that right, you need to empower employees at all levels to develop innovative solutions. So next slide. Kaizen is an important idea developed by the Japanese people because in Japan, in Toyota, Taichi Ono specifically tried to bring contribution of the operations people. Industrial engineer do cost reduction, okay. But all other employees in the organization should also contribute to the cost reduction. This was really well implemented in Toyota, and they say that is a competitive strength of the Toyota. When others are only using industrial engineers, Toyota is able to dramatically increase the involvement of all their employees in the improvement activities. In this contest, what Japanese normally you reduce standard cost once a year. They said no. We want our reduction in standard cost calculated every month. Every month, the standard cost decrease by whatever amount is possible. And that given the name of the Kaizen cost, where every month you are going to reduce your cost in your budget figures. Right? At least people know every month what is the cost reduction. Right. So next. Then another building people and culture highlighted by another industry. They are saying training operators, involving supervisors in problem solving, and encouraging ownership at every level lead to a stronger culture of accountability and innovation. In the principles of industrial engineering, two principles to talk of the training people. You have to train operators in new processes. You have to train operators in the productivity improvement. Points are mentioned as the principles to industrial engineers to give the training operators. Next slide, sir. All right. So I said this is the last slide to give a pointer to my presentation, right? And this is also a recent 2 days back message or post by the McKinsey people. Scaling AI across the enterprise involves large automation projects and empowering people with everyday tools. So this people empowerment is being recognized in this digitalization part by McKinsey senior part, Bernhard Mull-Rieter, right? Next slide, sir. Yeah, so that comes to the end of my slides. Now any discussion I can participate based on the.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Very interesting points. You touched everything about industrial engineering applications to manufacturing. One important, I think, a couple of very important points is you talk about very nicely about Kaizen costing. So you said every month the standard cost needs to be updated. That is something which is very interesting. Usually they do it once in a year or maximum once in a quarter. I have not seen anybody who do standard costing every quarter, but they do once in a year. If they are doing a once in a month, that means that is something good. Okay, and you also said about the industrial engineering like a process operations and element. So the industrial engineers should improve at the element level, thereby the operations will be optimized or improved, and then by process. That is something which is very interesting. Now everybody pay attention to the process level and then the operations, but leave element part for optimization to itself. So they don't really pay attention to the improvement at the element level, which is now the current practice, because they think that is a given. As you rightly said, improving element will optimize your operations and process. Very interesting, sir. So, yeah, uh, I think you touched everything. If there is any questions, we would like happy to answer. Uh, so, so what is your advice for the manufacturers? So, investing in the industrial engineering, especially the small manufacturing units, considered is a cost. Okay, whereas they do a lot of improvement for the manufacturing process. So, what is your advice for the manufacturing units in optimizing? Yeah.
See, what I'm seeing is engineering is mainly an engineer. So even in a small manufacturer, let us say engineer who is there in the company, and this engineer is given some initial inputs in industrial engineering as a part course. But once again, it's only in mechanical engineering the inputs are given. In other engineering branches, the inputs are not given. I'm trying to advocate one of the principles of industrial engineering I say is industrial engineering is applicable to all engineering branches. electrical engineering, electronics engineering. So the industrial engineering should first move into all the branches so that all engineers have initial understanding in industrial engineering. And that understanding, whenever challenge of the cost reduction comes, they should be able to think of industry. Okay, this is a subject where there is some content on cost reduction. I should be able to use it either from his own knowledge or a knowledge of the concepts, etc. There is productivity councils in various states, etc. I hope they do help to increase productivity. So there has to be a steps in the beginning, and the single engineer company has to develop his intelligence also. Another point I have to say is, I see many industrial companies are not with IE qualification. Many of them are without IE qualification.
Without IE qualification, yeah.
So they're doing some companies of IE work, even without qualification, by knowledge, or the company is trying to help them to acquire the required knowledge and funds.
Correct, sir. That's true. Not all they do some improvements in the shop floors, but not necessary that they are qualified industrial engineers. Yeah, great, sir.
What I would say is, whatever we are trying to do through writing blogs or through maintaining LinkedIn, this thing, or through webinars, should help such people who don't have formal background in industrial engineering, but they are trying to develop their knowledge in industry.
Excellent, sir. So thank you very much for joining all the way from United States, and have a great weekend and enjoy, sir. Thank you. Very insightful. The time is not sufficient to share all the information. We wish you we wish we have more time to discuss detail, because you cover such a vast topic. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Professor Narayana Rao garu. So thank you, sir. And make sure that if there is any question to Professor, please post your questions. We make sure that your questions are answered offline, and then whenever you want to have a more discussions with the Professor, you are always welcome, and we do that arrangement. So with that, thank you, sir. Thank you for joining the session today. Fantastic opening lecture. Thank you very much. Excellent. Great insights.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much.